Liverpool battling Newcastle for sensational striker signing as Nunez replacement hunt ramps up Liverpool. Considering Darwin Nunez' sale with Joel Pedro. Identified as key summer target amid Newcastle interest. Liverpool are reportedly open to the prospect of parting ways with Darwin Nunez during the upcoming summer transfer window, with Brighton's Joel Pedro emerging as a strong contender to replace the Uruguayan striker. However, the Merseyside club could face stiff competition from Premier League rivals Newcastle United in their pursuit of the Brazilian forward. Under the new leadership of Arne Slot, Liverpool are expected to explore several forward options to reshape their attacking line. As previously reported by Team Talk, Joel Pedro features prominently on Liverpool's shortlist of potential targets. Transfer expert Fabrizio Romano recently added weight to these reports, revealing that Brighton would be prepared to let Pedro go this summer, but only for a substantial fee in the region of $70 million, approximately $59 million, a figure that has alerted several top-tier clubs. According to TalkSport, both Liverpool and Newcastle are preparing to enter a transfer battle for Pedro. The 23-year-old striker is understood to be eager for a step up in his career and is likely to consider a move to a more ambitious club should the opportunity arise. Pedro's season ended on a sour note at Brighton after he was left out of the final 2 Premier League matches following a reported altercation during training with teammate Jan-Paul van Hecke. Although the incident is not being treated internally as a deliberate push to engineer a transfer, it has nonetheless cast doubt over Pedro's long-term future at the Amex Stadium. Interestingly, Brighton are believed to be holding out for a fee closer to £100 million, a significant increase on the £30 million they paid Watford to bring Pedro to the South Coast. Whether either Liverpool or Newcastle would be willing to meet that valuation remains unclear. However, sources suggest a deal could potentially be negotiated for closer to $60 million. Liverpool eye Pedro as Nunez' successor. Newcastle plan for life after Wilson. Liverpool's need to secure a new centre forward has become a pressing matter, especially with Nunez's position at the club under growing scrutiny. The 24-year-old has struggled for consistency since arriving at Anfield and now appears likely to leave, with clubs such as Atletico Madrid and Saudi Arabian sides expressing strong interest, according to Team Talk's transfer journalist Rudy Galletti. However, Liverpool are unlikely to greenlight Nunez's exit unless they can first secure a capable replacement, and Joel Pedro is viewed as a forward with the profile to thrive under Arne Slot's system. Pedro, who has contributed 10 goals and 7 assists across all competitions this season, is seen as both a clinical finisher and a versatile attacker who can link play effectively, a trait Slot reportedly values. Back in April, journalist Ben Jacobs noted that Liverpool were closely monitoring Pedro's situation, and with his availability now confirmed, the club appears ready to make a move. An update from Team Talk's Fraser Fletcher on May 16th echoed this sentiment, suggesting that although Brighton's initial valuation is high, an agreement in the £60 million range might be attainable. Newcastle, for their part, have also identified Pedro as a primary target. With Champions League qualification secured, the Magpies are keen to reinforce their attacking options and prepare for life without Callum Wilson. The veteran striker is expected to move on this summer and appeared to bid farewell to the home crowd at St James's Park during the final game of the season, a 1-0 loss to Everton. Pedro, should he choose Newcastle over Liverpool, would offer much-needed support and competition to Alexander Isak, who has often carried the attacking burden on his own. Newcastle's project under Eddie Howe is gaining traction, and their financial strength could enable them to compete aggressively in the transfer market. Arne Slot begins new era with bold moves. Arne Slot's appointment as Liverpool manager was met with intrigue and a touch of skepticism following the departure of iconic boss Jurgen Klopp. Yet few would have anticipated the immediate success the former Feyenoord coach would achieve. In his debut season at the helm, Slot guided the Reds to only their second-ever Premier League title, this time lifting the trophy in front of their home supporters, a feat Klopp didn't experience due to pandemic-related restrictions during his title-winning campaign. Slot is now preparing for a summer of significant transition as he aims to imprint his own vision on a squad largely shaped by Klopp over 9 years. Already, speculation is swirling about changes to key defensive positions, with both full-back spots drawing particular attention. During the season, concerns loomed over the futures of Busquets. Mo Salah playfully urges Kevin De Bruyne to join Liverpool. Amid imminent Man City exit, Mohamed Salah has cheekily encouraged Kevin De Bruyne to make a surprise move to Liverpool, just as the Belgian midfielder prepares to bid farewell to Manchester City at the end of the season. De Bruyne, who has been an instrumental figure at the Etihad for a decade, is set to leave the club when his contract expires this summer. During his time with City, the 33-year-old has played a pivotal role in their unprecedented domestic dominance. His achievements include 6 Premier League titles, 2 FA Cups, and, notably, a key contribution to the club's long-awaited Champions League triumph in 2023. Individually, De Bruyne has twice been named Premier League Player of the Season, underlining his elite status in English football. However, the past 2 seasons have proven more challenging for the Belgian maestro. Persistent injury setbacks have hampered his game time, and his influence has waned. His role under Pep Guardiola also appeared to diminish, with the manager increasingly opting to use him from the bench. Although De Bruyne was open to remaining at City, the club's hierarchy chose not to offer him a new deal. As a result, the veteran midfielder will depart on a free transfer. While a move to Major League Soccer in the United States has been widely speculated, Salah has now humorously floated the idea of De Bruyne donning the red of Liverpool instead. "I want to congratulate him on his incredible career," Salah told Sky Sports. "He's done an amazing job at City and has been fantastic for the Premier League. I really wish him the best. And we do have a spot for him at Liverpool." Despite the lighthearted suggestion, Salah did admit that such a transfer is highly unlikely. He pointed to the well-established policy of Liverpool's ownership group, FSG, who have historically avoided offering long-term contracts to players over the age of 30. "The club has a certain philosophy," Salah added. "I know how they've dealt with players in their 30s. Honestly, I didn't even expect to stay myself. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just how they operate. We've seen it in the past." Salah, now 32, explained how his own contract extension was a drawn-out process. It took 6 months for the negotiations to really move forward. By January, things started to improve. I think the club wanted to make sure I could still deliver at the highest level. Meanwhile, De Bruyne has voiced his own disappointment with City's decision to part ways with him. Speaking back in April, he expressed surprise that the club never even initiated talks about an extension. "I didn't receive any offer from the club throughout the year," he revealed. "The decision was made, and I was surprised. But I have to accept it. I honestly believe I can still perform at this level, and I've shown that. But I understand clubs have to make tough decisions." He continued, "It was just a few days before I made the news public, and it wasn't easy. My family were away on holiday, and I had to process everything alone. It felt strange. But it is what it is. I told the club I still have a lot to give. I know I'm not 25 anymore, but I feel I can still do my job." Now preparing for the next chapter of his career, De Bruyne said he